Paul Graham from OptimalBody.ca. Today I'll be going over how to make calorie counting easy. I'm going to be going over some quick tips here to make things much easier. If you want a complete guide, I have a free guide to calorie counting. You can click on the link above, or you can click on the link in the description. I'll walk you through everything you need to know, step by step, what to do, common mistakes. So how do you make calorie counting easier? The first thing I'd recommend is track the way you're currently eating. Most people, when they want to lose weight, they start tracking their calories, and they also make changes to their nutrition at the same time. This is a lot to take on. Instead, just start tracking. Get a baseline of what your diet currently looks like, learn from that, and then, once you're used to tracking calories, start making changes to your nutrition. If you find it tough to track calories, don't get bogged down in small details. Look at the big picture. For example, measuring food out obviously is going to be more accurate, but for most people, it will be really hard to consistently do that. So start practicing estimating or eyeballing food and start with that. It'll be a lot simpler and a lot quicker. Find an app that's really user-friendly, that tracks your calories. I recommend Fat Secret. I really like that, one, it has really accurate counts on the calories in my experience, and two, it's really easy and simple to use. Focus more on counting or measuring your calorie-dense foods and worry less about your foods that aren't as calorie-dense, such as fruits and vegetables. The next one's a big one. This is what we use with our online program. We teach people how to moderate how many calories they're consuming without actually having to count calories. Oftentimes people wind up calorie counting because they think of it as the only real way to moderate how many calories they're eating. But we use a super simple system, and there's lots of different systems out there. Find one that works for you that doesn't involve counting calories, but instead moderates your calorie consumption. Learn how to integrate your favorite foods into your weight loss plan. Most people try to eliminate all their favorite foods, and this winds up with making it really hard to follow through on their diet. Eat similar foods day to day. The less variety you have in your diet, the easier it's going to be to track. Because if you're using one of those apps, they'll have your favorite list, and so you can quickly put these into your meals. Eat consistently at the same times of the day. This can make it easier to get into a routine of logging your food if you're eating around the same times every single day. Eat less frequently. Most people find it easier to eat 3 to 4 times a day, having more complete meals, because it requires them to log less food, it requires less food prep, and it makes life a lot easier. Eat simple meals with less ingredients. A lot of times people feel like they have to make these really complex meals to make foods taste good. Try to find really simple recipes that don't have a lot of ingredients. It makes it easier to track your food. If you find it hard to track everything you're eating, choose to track your foods that are more calorie dense. A lot of people tend to track really well when they're on track with their diet, but when they're having what they think of as bad foods, they tend not to track those foods. In reality, you're going to have a lot more value out of tracking your bad foods you eat compared to your good ones, because those are the calorie dense ones. Those are the ones that tend to push people out of being in a calorie deficit. And the last one, don't decrease your calories too quickly. A lot of people decrease how much they're eating too quickly. Cravings get the best of them, and it makes it really hard to keep tracking what they're eating because they can't stick on track and they can't get into a good rhythm. So there you have ways to make calorie counting easy.